Something inside you has shifted. You might not be able to explain it. You woke up today and the world just feels different. Maybe it was the quiet moment when you caught your reflection and realized you are not the same person you were yesterday. Maybe it was the way your morning routine felt lighter, as if each action carried more meaning than before. Or maybe it was deeper than that. A sense that life itself is speaking directly to you. A signal that you are ready for a new chapter of growth. Most people ignore these moments. They brush them aside, telling themselves it is just a mood, just chance, just passing thoughts. But you know better. You feel it in your body. You know something is calling you forward. You see, growth never announces itself with a loud trumpet. It whispers. It nudges. It shows up in the smallest moments and waits for you to notice. And when you notice, everything starts to change. Every choice you make begins to carry more weight. Every thought begins to shape the direction of your life. This is the truth most people miss. You are not simply drifting through life. You are shaping it with every single decision, every single word, every single belief. And right now, in this very moment, you are being invited to step into a higher version of yourself. The signs are already showing. Let me tell you what is really happening. When growth calls you, reality rearranges itself. Opportunities you never saw before begin to appear. People enter your life with exactly the message you need to hear. Synchronicities stack one after another until you can no longer deny that something bigger is guiding you. And this is not just luck. It is not random. It is the universe responding to your energy. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you expect life to unfold, that is the key. Because the moment you shift your inner state, the outer world begins to mirror it back to you. This is the real secret of manifestation. It is not about forcing outcomes or begging for change. It is about aligning your inner world so powerfully that the outer world has no choice but to respond. When you change your energy, when you choose a higher thought, when you hold a vision with clarity and faith, you are literally drawing that reality closer to you. This is why sometimes life feels like it is accelerating. Why things that used to take years can suddenly appear in weeks. Because the frequency you are choosing now is not the same as the one you lived in before. The old version of you carried habits, doubts, and fears that held you back. That version believed in limits. That version thought success belonged to other people. That version looked at dreams and thought maybe someday. But that version is not in control anymore. Your awareness is expanding. Your confidence is growing. You are beginning to see that you are not a passenger in this story. You are the creator of it. And this is where growth gets exciting. You do not have to wait for a perfect moment to begin. You do not have to wait for someone else to approve of your dreams. The power is already inside you. The decision you make today can shift your entire future. That is the gift of free will. Every time you choose courage over fear, every time you choose love over resentment, every time you choose to believe instead of doubt, you are stepping into a higher path. The signs of this shift are everywhere. Maybe time feels different, stretched out and full of possibility. Maybe you find yourself drawn to new habits that support your growth instead of the old ones that drained you. Maybe your emotions feel lighter, as if joy is becoming your natural state instead of something rare. Pay attention to these signals. They are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are proof that your energy is moving into alignment with your higher self. This is the moment you have been waiting for. The moment where personal growth is no longer an idea, it is your lived reality. The moment where manifestation stops being theory and becomes the way you actually live. You are not just thinking about becoming more. You are becoming it now. And every step you take reinforces this truth. You are stepping into the version of yourself who already knows the path forward, who already trusts the process, who already understands that nothing outside of you can block what is already destined inside of you. So pause here and feel this. You are not imagining it. You are not chasing a dream that is out of reach. You are living the beginning of it right now. Growth is happening. Manifestation is happening. Your life is already shifting into the direction of your highest calling. The only question left is how fully you are willing to step into it. Growth does not arrive as a sudden explosion. It arrives step by step, choice by choice, thought by thought. It may feel small at first. A single decision to believe in yourself when it would be easier to doubt. A single moment where you choose to rise instead of give in. These small acts carry enormous power because each one creates a shift. Each one sends a signal to the universe that you are ready for more, and the universe always responds. Think about the times when you trusted yourself even when it made no sense. You took the step, and suddenly doors began to open. People appeared to help. Resources showed up right when you needed them. That was not coincidence. That was alignment. That was life bending to meet the level of energy you were putting out. This is the truth of manifestation. It is not something you wait for. It is something you create with the way you show up every single day. When you commit to growth, when you commit to becoming the person you were meant to be, you activate a different path. The old path was filled with hesitation and fear. The new path is filled with momentum. The more you trust, the more you move forward. The more you move forward, the more confidence you gain. The more confidence you gain, the more the world reflects it back to you. It is a cycle, and once it begins, it is unstoppable. But here is the truth that many avoid. Growth requires letting go. You cannot hold on to old beliefs and expect a new reality to arrive. You cannot keep repeating the same patterns and expect a breakthrough. At some point, you have to release what no longer fits. Release the doubts. Release the voices that told you it was impossible. Release the identity that kept you small, because you are not small. You never were. That was only the version of you who had not yet remembered the truth. And the truth is simple. You are capable of more than you realize. You are designed to expand. You are built to grow. Life itself is calling you to rise into your potential. Every challenge you have faced was not there to break you, but to build you. Every setback was not proof of failure, but preparation for strength. Every delay was not rejection, but redirection. This is how growth works. It is not punishment. It is training. It is shaping you into the version of yourself who can hold everything you have asked for. When you understand this, everything changes. You stop seeing obstacles as problems. You start seeing them as invitations. You begin to notice that every challenge carries a hidden gift. The gift of resilience, the gift of clarity, the gift of determination. And the moment you shift your perspective, the challenge loses its power over you, because you are no longer trapped in the story of struggle. You are living in the story of strength. And this strength is exactly what manifestation responds to. Because manifestation is not about wishing. It is about becoming. It is about aligning your inner world so deeply that your outer world cannot help but reflect it. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions all move in the same direction, you create coherence. And coherence is powerful. It is like sending a clear signal into the universe saying, "This is who I am now. This is what I accept. This is what I choose." And the universe answers. Always. It may not always look like what you expected, but it always delivers exactly what matches the energy you are holding. If you hold fear, you see reasons to be afraid. If you hold doubt, you see reasons to hesitate. If you hold faith, you see reasons to trust. And if you hold certainty, you see doors open where you once saw walls. This is not random. It is law. What you hold inside becomes what you experience outside. So take a moment to reflect. What are you holding right now? What story are you telling yourself? Because that story is shaping the reality you will see tomorrow. If you want a new outcome, you must tell a new story. The story of growth, the story of strength, the story of becoming the person who creates their own path. Say it to yourself until it becomes real. Because repetition is not just habit, it is reprogramming. It is how the mind accepts a new identity. And this is where the shift becomes permanent. Once your mind accepts a new story, once your heart believes in a new vision, once your actions match your highest self, you are no longer hopping for change. You are living inside of it. You are walking proof that growth is real. You are walking proof that manifestation is not theory. It is reality, and it is yours right now. There comes a moment when growth stops being something you chase and starts being something you live. You no longer need to convince yourself that you are changing. You feel it. You see it. You notice it in the way you carry yourself. You notice it in the way people respond to you. You notice it in the opportunities that arrive without warning. This is the sign that your energy has shifted. You are no longer aligned with the version of you that doubted. You are aligned with the version of you that creates. And creation is your natural state. Look around. Everything in your life today was created by you. The choices you made yesterday built the reality you are standing in now. This is not a reason for regret. This is the most empowering truth you will ever hear. Because if your past choices created this, then your new choices can create something even greater. Every thought is a seed. Every belief is a root. Every action is a branch. And your life is the tree that grows from them. The mistake most people make is waiting. They wait for the right time. They wait for someone else to approve. They wait for circumstances to change before they take action. But waiting is another word for hesitation. And hesitation is how dreams fade away. The ones who grow, the ones who manifest, are not the ones who wait. They are the ones who move even when it feels uncertain. They are the ones who step forward even when fear whispers. They are the ones who trust the process more than they trust the doubt. You may feel fear. That is normal, but fear is not the enemy. Fear is a signal that you are moving into new territory. It shows up when you are stretching beyond what is familiar. And that is exactly what growth requires. If you feel fear, it means you are on the right track. The difference is how you respond to it. Do you freeze and step back? Or do you breathe, acknowledge it, and keep moving forward anyway? That single decision determines the path you take. Because here is the truth. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the choice to act even when fear is present. And when you act with courage, something powerful happens. The universe meets you halfway. Doors that seemed closed suddenly open. People you never expected show up to help. Resources you thought were out of reach become available. Life rewards courage, always. And as you continue to choose courage, your identity shifts. You begin to see yourself as someone who can handle challenge, someone who can create opportunities, someone who can shape their own destiny. That identity becomes your foundation. And when your foundation is strong, manifestation accelerates. Because you are no longer asking for proof. You are living as proof. This is the turning point. The moment when your growth is no longer fragile but solid. The moment when manifestation is no longer distant but present. The moment when you realize that what you once dreamed about is now your reality. And here is the best part. That reality is not the end. It is the beginning, because growth never stops. There is always a higher version of you waiting to emerge. And each time you grow, the same process repeats. You feel the shift, you notice the signs, you take the steps, and reality rearranges itself again. Faster this time, smoother this time. Because once you have experienced the power of growth, once you have seen manifestation work through your own life, your belief becomes unshakable. And belief is the most powerful force you carry. So ask yourself this: who are you becoming? Not who were you yesterday, not who do others expect you to be. Who are you choosing to be now? Because the answer to that question determines the story of your life. If you choose small, you live small. If you choose doubt, you live limited. But if you choose expansion, if you choose courage, if you choose faith, then you live aligned with the version of yourself who was always waiting for you. You have already felt the signs. You have already seen the evidence. Now it is about consistency. Now it is about showing up each day with the same energy, the same intention, the same decision to align with your higher self. That is how growth stabilizes. That is how manifestation becomes natural. That is how your life becomes the reflection of your highest vision. You have come this far because something inside you chose to rise. Something inside you decided that the old way of living was no longer enough. And that choice has already shifted your reality. You can feel it. The energy is different. The opportunities are different. The way you see yourself is different. This is not chance. This is the power of growth. This is the power of manifestation. And it is happening through you right now. The greatest mistake you could make is thinking this shift is temporary. Thinking this is just a moment of inspiration that will fade away. It will not fade unless you allow it to. Because growth is not a one-time event. It is a way of living. It is a practice. It is a commitment. Each day you wake up with the power to choose thoughts that align with your higher self, to choose emotions that generate strength instead of weakness, to choose actions that reflect the reality you are building. Every choice is a step into the future you want. And here is the most important truth. You do not have to fight to become worthy of your vision. You already are. You do not have to prove yourself to deserve abundance, love, or success. You already deserve it. Growth is not about fixing yourself. Growth is about remembering who you really are. A creator, a visionary, a being of limitless potential. The more you remember this, the more your reality reflects it back to you. Yes, there will be moments when old patterns return. There will be days when doubt whispers louder than faith. But those moments are not failure. They are reminders. They are opportunities to choose again, to realign, to step back into the energy of growth. Every time you catch yourself and return to your higher path, you strengthen it. You make it easier to stay there. You build momentum that cannot be stopped. And as your momentum grows, you begin to notice something powerful. Your transformation is not just personal. It ripples out. It impacts the people around you. Your energy shifts the room you walk into. Your growth inspires others to believe in their own growth. Your manifestation reminds others of what is possible. This is not just about you. This is about the collective. When you rise, others rise with you. When you choose courage, you give permission for others to choose courage too. This is why your journey matters. This is why your growth matters, because it does not stop at you. It expands through you. And the more you live aligned with your higher self, the more you contribute to a world where everyone can live aligned with theirs. That is the real gift of personal growth. It is not just personal, it is universal. So now ask yourself, what do you choose next? What kind of energy are you ready to hold? What kind of story are you ready to live? Because the answer will shape everything that follows. And the power is already in your hands, not tomorrow, not someday, now. You have already shifted. You are already living in a new version of yourself. The only question left is how fully you are willing to embody it, how consistently you are willing to choose alignment over resistance, how deeply you are willing to trust that the same intelligence that created you will guide you every step of the way. Take this as your sign. Take this as your confirmation. You are on the path. You are growing. You are manifesting. You are becoming. And nothing can stop what has already begun. Your life is already moving toward the vision you have carried in your heart. All that is left is for you to keep saying yes, to keep choosing courage, to keep walking forward as the creator you already are. Welcome to the next chapter of your life. Welcome to the version of yourself who lives with clarity, strength, and alignment. Welcome to the reality you once only dreamed of but now are living. This is not the end. This is the beginning. Growth is not something you chase anymore. It is who you are. Manifestation is not something you wait for. It is what you do. And your journey is only just unfolding.